father, who is definitely not me in a silly little hat. Can we talk?
Whatever you have to say is less important than the Vietnam War show I'm watching.
I promise you, it is very important. I have something I really need to tell you.
Don't you understand that the Vietnam War shows can't wait? They're on cable. They don't stop.
I'm transgender and I'm going to go on hormones in exactly 1 week. That's when my appointment.
Yeah, that's great. You can't drive. It's whatever. Back to the Vietnam War show.
Good talk. I'm never gonna bring this up with you again.
Spoiler alert, I had to do it again because he wasn't listening the first time.
Keep watching and look at me. Good job! Coming out can be incredibly difficult, and you don't really know how other people are going to react, as seen by those events that actually happened to me. Yes, my father was more intrigued by Vietnam, a thing that he was alive for, than he is of his own daughter. I digress. It's important to understand that coming out is one of the most important things a trans person can do, and one of the most difficult things, because fun fact, you're not gonna have to do it just once. You have to come out to everyone pretty much in your life. And if you want to stealth later on in life, once you pass and no one can tell, you're going to have to worry about people finding out, because people are nosy. If they suspect it, they might come after you, specifically online. It's not really a thing that happens in person as much as you think, but online it does a lot. I would know. I would know. It's important to understand how people will react to you when you come out, when it's important to come out, or where you want to do it, as well as it's good to prepare yourself for what's going to come after the coming out, because not everyone is going to have the best responses, and I hope that I can help ease the tension of it. Now, this is the part where I have to let you know that right now, politically, is a really bad time to be alive for everyone, but specifically trans people. And I do mean it is an awful time to be alive. Because of that, you need to understand safety of it all. When the government is doing things that's actively putting your life at risk, you need to consider, will my Republican family, who hasn't left this small town, will they support me? The answer is probably no. I mean, you don't have generational wealth. Like, why would your family even care what happens to you? You aren't labor like Elon Musk kids. And to top it all off, you are just the person that they have to feed up until you're 18, sometimes longer. Did you know that I had to do taxes today? Jesus Christ, I hate the government. One of the best ways to start when it comes to coming out to people is, before doing anything, just ask questions to them. Ask questions to the person you want to come out to, and decide, what is their opinion on queer people? Or their opinion on trans people? Where do they stand politically? These types of questions can be really helpful for you to garner, one, if you know it's safe to come out to them, and two, to figure out what their response is going to be, because some people can be a wild card, but typically people tend to be, very strict to their moral code. And if you're watching this, you're probably autistic, meaning that the people you're coming out to are also likely autistic, meaning they are definitely strict to their moral code. Some questions you might want to ask are things like, ask them about Dylan Mulvaney, their opinion on the whole, commercial she was in. Maybe ask about your favorite, queer pop star. Ask how they feel about Pink Pony Club or The Giver. Better yet, ask them, do they know what The Giver is about? And you can do this with a lot of things. You can get very creative and just genuinely probe them for where they stand on things to help understand it. Now, circling back to being autistic, I'm very much on the spectrum, okay? If you couldn't tell. And I think being direct is one of the best ways to get the responses you need. And just ask them straight up, what are your thoughts on trans people? Maybe not just do it up front, don't just walk up to them and do it. But if you're getting coffee with them and they're just hey, let's talk about this current political thing. And you're what are your thoughts on trans people? Just sneak it in there at one point. Be I never asked you. And if they respond positively, yeah, it's a good thing. If they don't, you might have some interesting responses. I certainly know a lot about that. I had an ex. Babe, I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. I'm transgender. Ella, does that mean I took advantage of you? I didn't mean to force myself upon you. I thought I thought it was consensual. The next big tip I can give you for coming out is timing. This may seem pretty straightforward, but I made the mistake once of not having the best timing. Essentially is you need to consider what is going on around you and the people you want to come out to, because let's be honest here, if someone's having their birthday party or I don't know, there's a death in the family, don't come out to them at that point. Wait a little bit. Now, obviously, I think a lot of people will use this this sort of tip as a I shouldn't come out to them yet. It needs to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to get it done, and you need to do it safely. That's the main thing you need to do. Nothing has to be perfect. I mean, most of the time I come out to someone, they're just like, cool. What pronouns? What name do you want to go by? And that's it. That's what a good coming out looks like. It should be just very mundane. The problem is that coming out it's been politicized, and in the current culture is deemed as this big thing. Reality is it should just be just a thing. Specifically, I think about timing, I think you should look at it and be like, when will I see this person next? And will it be harmful to our relationship if I do it right now? I think the best thing I can say is when you come out to someone, the response and the interaction you want it to be mundane. You want it to be just like another Tuesday, you know what I mean? Another Tuesday, if you will. There's not really a good time to come out. There's not like a perfect time of year to do it. There's not a coming out season. There is National Coming Out Day, which does exist, and you can use that if you want. Generally, just doing it is the best thing you can do. Like, as soon as you can, whenever it's safest to do it, is the best time to do it. A bad time to come out really does remind me of that one time I came out on Thanksgiving Day. I know this is Thanksgiving dinner, and it's a lovely time, and everyone enjoys each other's company, but I'm going to come out to Grandpa today. Yeah. You're going to ruin the stepmom with the horns, perfectly good Thanksgiving dinner? Wow. Do you remember when I talked about probing your family like an alien? Yeah, you're gonna do some more stuff of that. Essentially is think about what their response was and ask yourself, what are they going to say to me? This is the biggest thing. Prepare yourself for some of the dumbest interactions you've ever had, because straight people and cis people struggle to cognitively think about certain things. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. I'm a certified cishet hater. That's a joke, by the way. I know someone's gonna get mad at me for that. When you come out to someone, you need to be prepared for all responses. Good, mundane, bad, awful. And think about, what's gonna happen to me? Generally, like, you want to be prepared for a lot of things. Like, you need to ask yourself, should I do this in a public space? So if they have a public freakout, they look like the bad guy? Or should I do it more reserved so I can answer all their questions and there be no distractions? The place and time is important for this, and also considering the questions you had before is important for this. Generally, you shouldn't need a backup plan. Most people in your life should just be like if your friend is a wild card that you're not sure how you're gonna come out to them because they might have a bad response, maybe reconsider having them as a friend. The hot take. But like if your family, you don't really get that. Blood is one of those things where it's like you're kind of forced with them. They're kind of like that one kid in your sixth grade class that you did not like. Be prepared for anything, and I do mean anything. Mother, I know you are ironing clothes right now, but I just want to let you know that I am indeed transgender. No, I don't think that's right. I know you. You wouldn't be transgender. Now, go back to playing whatever game you were so I don't have to pay attention to you. I want to preface my mom's not actually like that. She said it at a time of republicanism. She's gotten better. Congrats, you made it to the end of the video. I hope these tips can help you come out in a timely and safe place. Because right now, things are a bit on the kind of crazy side when it comes to politics and stuff. And I understand that, like, coming out for people can be this whole big thing, and I think a lot of people get caught up in the big act of it all, rather than the fact that it should just be a thing. Like it shouldn't be this big ordeal, and I think that's why I wanted to make this video, just to kind of clear things up. This is a shameless tax write-off, by the way. I hope this tides you over to my next video, because I'm working on some other stuff, and as per usual, I'm late, so I had to throw in something so my editor can pop something out. so we can stay relevant in the algo, you know what I mean? If you ever have a coming out story that's like the ones I showed in this video, I'm sorry. I look green. Sky, why do I look green? The camera looks green. Am I hallucinating? Here's my communist book from